Hey guys, before we get into the podcast and the video, I originally had another intro already done, but with the light of the recent events, with AmoBytes getting hacked, which is an absolutely unfortunate and really fucked up situation, and I absolutely feel for him, and I hope that even if he's not able to recover his original content, that we can all support him, go follow him, and rebuild him from the ground up. He is one of the nicest and most deserving individuals. So the fact that this happened is, honestly, lack of better words, it's fucking bullshit and it's wrong. Um, and I hate how it went literally because this is the day after we recorded the podcast in real time of this recording. And it was just such a beautiful, beautiful conversation. And I hope you guys get those same vibes when you watch it here in a minute. But I just wanted to go out and say that if you guys can get a hold of Nick in any way, please let him know that we're thinking about him, we're worried about him, and we hope that everything works itself out eventually. Do what we can to get it back. And like I said, it's not going to be the end here. I'm going to continue my search for him and hopefully get him back to where he was and make this whole thing kind of just blow over. But anywho, this is the Evening Rager, the official return with AmoBytes. So enjoy, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to the Evening Rager, and we are here with our guest, Nick, or as you guys know him as AmoBytes on YouTube. What's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How was your week?
It's been a roller coaster.
Dude, I can
As you
only imagine.
Yeah.
I can definitely imagine, man. I've definitely felt those same familiar feelings, but dude, like it's on like another level. It feels like, especially for an independent artist such as Ren, who has 1 million subscribers, which is already hard to do as like a regular content creator. So 1 million subs, and you got this guy broadcasting it on Twitch, man. How does that feel?
A little overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't super expecting that, but I mean, like people kept like saying in the comment section, like we're gonna get you on Ren, like we're gonna get Ren to notice you and everything, and I was like, all right, guys, totally. And then it happened. uh, so they weren't kidding. Yeah, I don't know. That was a lot, but it was super cool, and I can't believe he subscribed to my channel. Still want to go to the dashboard.
Really?
Yeah, he subscribed to my channel.
Really?
Yeah, so there's like that thing on the dashboard that like shows you the most recent subscribers
And you saw Ren make music?
Count. Yeah, and Ren's there. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Dude, congratulations, dude. Like, I didn't know it was that deep, but yeah, dude, congratulations. That is fucking exciting, man. That is super fucking exciting, dude.
Yeah.
Happy for you. We love to see it, man. I love seeing every like reactor that's starting to pick up really start to blow up, and man, that's fucking incredible, dude. Really, really happy for you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Like, I think we were talking about it when I approached you to do this podcast, I got the same familiar feels when Shinedown, my favorite band of all time, not only saw it, but shared it on their Instagram on the Reels, which is still there today, and 50,000 people saw it just from the Instagram itself. And like, they just fucking flooded my channel. And there was just so much like that same overwhelming feeling where it's like, all right, now I feel like I kind of have to, pick it up a little bit. And for a while, it was going and going and going. And then it just kind of went stagnant for a little bit. And then I took a break. And then I came back. And then I found Sleep Token. And then it just happened again. And then, lo and behold, I get like mad messages just flooding like on my comment section. Like, hey, have you heard of Ren? Have you heard of Ren? And I'm like, no, but I guess I'm trying to. I jumped on Ren. And that got a pretty decent response in, like the first day because I went to sleep because I work third shift. So I went to sleep for work and I woke up to 500 new subs. So I'm like,
oh my god,
what is going on, dude? And then I reacted to Jenny and Screech, and I don't know if you got there yet, but if you have,
yeah,
dude, that fucked me up so bad. And ever since then, dude, like mad Ren followers have just been so kind and so supportive. And I noticed, and that's like another thing, is they're so supportive to the point, if you just like mention you're having a bad day, or for example, your mic stand going. I see you got a new one, or you got that one fixed.
Yeah,
Big shit. They donated to you to make sure that you had a new mic stand, dude. Like they're
I
the
know.
most nicest and the most supportive people. Period, man.
Yeah, they are. I mean, like they're constantly just like in there trying to lift you up. They're sharing my videos.
Nuts.
It's like the second I post a Ren reaction, I see it in the Ren Discord. It's crazy. And it's so nice to just like have this community that this is the first thing that I fell into.
Yeah.
Um, and I definitely didn't expect to blow up in this way when I first uploaded Murderer, because I think by the time I uploaded High Ren, my Murderer reaction had like 30 views. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I ain't going anywhere with this, but let's just try it out, I guess.
Give it a night.
Yeah, apparently, my God.
Dude,
Um,
yesterday, like Love Music Part 4 reacted to it. And mind you, my videos ever since I took like my small little like mental health break where I've just kind of spaced out my videos. I would like my viewership kind of dropped a little bit, which I kind of expected because you're not feeding the algorithm as much. But the moment I reacted to Love Music 4, shit's already at almost 3K, and that was less than 24 hours ago. And I'm like,
yeah,
God damn, you guys are nuts, man. And
yeah,
it's awesome because they follow you for you, like not even necessarily the content. And like you'll see that, man. Like you'll react to something else, and you'll still see the Ren flood just following and just supporting the hell out of you. And you introduce them to new music, dude. Like it is crazy, and like lo behold, they become a part of your community. Not even like just Ren. Like it's crazy.
yeah. The number of people like on some of my other reactions that are like, they're like, oh, I was here for Ren, but now I'm staying for this, and
Mm-hmm.
they're always constantly shifting and supporting. And even like some of my lower viewed videos, I feel like the majority of the people in the comment section there are literally just Ren fans. They're just constantly supporting and helping me out. That is why I felt so okay, like saying the things that I've said and being emotional and vulnerable, because I know that they will be there to pick me up when I'm down and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
pretty
man.
neat.
That's See, like I wasn't like I knew that Ren was a very big thing, especially like on my channel and everything, and I knew that it was a very big like eye grabber and all that shit, but I never really understood just the gravity of like the outpouring support until I did that trilogy of like all of his stuff for Joe, so like Suicide, Freckled Angels, and for Joe.
Mhm.
Um, dude, I if you ever watch those reactions, I'm a weeping mess. Like I was just fucking crying. I obviously like when you're in an emotional state, you try to kind of pick yourself up and pick everybody else up, and dude, my God, like my God, like I was reading a lot of the comments that were just kind of like telling their own story, and like they're so just like out there with it, dude. Like they'll go in detail, like some of the hardest shit that I've ever heard, and I'm like, my
Yeah.
God, man, like just by me being vulnerable and like you being vulnerable, it really allows people to resonate with that and to really open up and tell their stories. And then they get even more like attached to you and they really want to support everything you do. And I think that's one of the biggest things I'm grateful for with doing this is like finding somebody like Ren and his community to like bring into mine. And dude, it's been a fun time ever since. Like I've been reacting to Ren for I think like the last month or so, like a little over a month. And I've built this huge community that even supports like my Twitch gaming and shit. And I'm like, dude, like I went from 15 followers and then in like a week and a half, I'm already like an affiliate and I didn't even know I was an affiliate until like 6 days later. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. They're awesome, man. Like they'll follow you for anything as long as like, you stay genuine to who you are and like, you keep doing your thing and you don't, switch up anything. They support you, man. And it's such a cool community. Like it really is. And I'm super thankful for them.
Yeah, I've actually got people following my Twitch, which I haven't streamed in quite a while. But I see the followers are popping up over there. I see people following my Twitter, my Instagram. I don't really use social media too much. I've started using Instagram because a lot of
Yeah.
people started reaching out over there.
Mhm.
Um, but and I don't really advertise anything in my videos. I don't even
Yeah.
tell people to subscribe. I'm just like, I'm here and I'm gonna watch and listen to this thing, and I hope you enjoy it. And then it just happens.
Yeah,
And
man.
then and yeah, and people just are free to join me, and it's pretty awesome seeing people like join my socials and try to find me in other areas and share their stories with me and stuff.
It really is so cool, but like I think with that big following that you've been looking for, you grind for, and it's the things that you think about. When you do YouTube, is like you want to be a big reactor. You want to be able to reach people and kind of not really. I hate the term influencer because I feel like 90% of them are like really toxic individuals. But to be able to like grow that following to reach people and really give them, something to smile about and to just be happy about because, obviously lately the world's just a really dark place. So I
Yeah,
think that's like my main reason and like why I started doing this is because I've been told I have a very expressionate face.
yeah, you
So
do. I've watched a couple of your reactions. I enjoy them too.
yeah, thank you, man. I have a very expressionate face. So I was like, you know what? I love music. I have an expressionate face, apparently. And a lot of people are really about that thing. And, I think the main reason was I really wanted to recreate that feeling for people of hearing the song for the first time ever and remembering
Yeah.
what they felt. Because if they remember that and they're able to connect to that, they get on that same level as you. And
Hmm.
I think that's kind of like, where my mindset was when I started this whole journey. And, it took 3 years to really like find anything to pay off. And like when I started reacting to Ren, I think I was only like just about to break 2K. And, less than a month later, here I am almost six. It's crazy. I never thought I was even gonna get here. And again, I could go on and on about how thankful I am for, Ren, his community and all that, but they really do follow you for you, and it's really cool. And speaking of those Ren folks, the reason we're here right now is because our names have
True.
fallen together quite a bit in the Ren
Hmm.
community. I'm reading comment after comments like, oh, fucking AmoBytes and Lone Rager, they really like, I would fucking pay to to see them sit down and just shoot the shit. And I'm like, bet. And I was like,
Yeah.
honestly, I had this podcast, and back when I had like a lower following, not like I would get like 50, 60. I think like the highest view count on one of my podcasts is like, I don't know, like maybe 120. And that's just because it's been sitting there for fucking ever. But now that there's more of a following, we're both part of the Ren community and Ren reactors. I'm like, this might be a good time to bring it back because the podcast was made to just connect to other creators and just, kind of get to know them, network a little bit, get to know who they are personally. Just because I'm like interested in people, but at the same time, I'm like very introverted and I'm like a homebody. I don't really go anywhere except for work. Or like hang out with my daughter, or chill with my girl, and so it's like I don't really like get out much. So I'm like, if I need to socialize, this is the best way to do it. And there's people that want me to socialize with people, so I'm
Mm.
like, you know what? Let's do it and let's see how it goes. And honestly, man, like I'm stoked for them to see this episode. Like I'm really stoked. Like worlds colliding, especially for people that want to see it happen, and watching their minds blow up is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be crazy, man. Like for example, like I do live reactions every Sunday night, like every Sunday evening, and if they saw you pop in there at any point, they would probably fucking lose their mind. They would
Well, I
probably lose
probably
their
will
mind.
now. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, seriously, I'll shoot you the freaking the guest link and everything, man. Like if
Okay.
anything, I'm almost like open to doing it right here on this StreamYard because I can just drop videos right here live and
Oh,
record and
really?
like live stream right onto my YouTube, your YouTube. It doesn't matter. Like I can stream it and have everybody there. But at the same time, the only problem that's like my problem with streaming on YouTube is the copyright issues.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Copyright is a bitch. So speaking of that, how has your experience on YouTube been so far? Like in terms of like copyright and everything. Like have you found your angle and like way around it? Are you earning revenue at all?
Um I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to copyright. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've made like 15 bucks.
Really? Dude, I was sitting at like $19 for 3 years until I started reacting to Ren. And by the way, I don't know if anybody filled you in on this, and I hope they did. If not, ooh, I got a bone to pick. Ren does not hold any copyright. Like he'll let you monetize all of your videos. Like I've made bucks from me reacting to Ren. None of my shit's copyrighted from him. All you got to do is if it hits ineligible, all you have to do is hit dispute and it'll go to escrow and then he'll approve it and then you start earning. And then once that claim is released, you get the revenue.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because I did
Yeah.
dispute one of them, and then I was just like, it just kind of sat there for a couple of days, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna release the video. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, no, dude, all you do is you hit it public because it'll go public regardless. All you do is dispute it, and then just it'll go green into escrow, so you'll start earning the ad revenue. And then once that's released, all the revenue that you made from that video, boom, gets added right into your YouTube revenue estimated amount.
oh my god. Well,
So I'm gonna
so
out something real quick before you go on. I'm gonna tell you how much I made from YouTube this coming month.
okay.
So ever since I started reacting to Ren, and mind you, I had no fucking clue it was going to be this amount. I thought it was just going to be the amount it said in my estimated, which was like $115 or something like that. Bruh. When AdSense finally refreshes like at the end of every month, it said that I am expecting $405 from YouTube immediately
my
wired into my
God.
account by tomorrow or the next couple days.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's,
bro.
the revenue that I'm talking about actually included 2 super chats.
Dude, that is another nuts thing is the super chats. Like I was talking about like, hey, I haven't been posting because my mental's taken a nosedive recently. One of my regular subscribers just was like, all right, here, pizza day, $50. I'm like, what? I was like, what?
Wow.
What the fuck are you talking about? Then somebody sent me $75 and then $15, $20, and then on live streams, they send you shit there too. And I'm like, dude, what? And mind you,
That
I
is
don't even
crazy.
ask. I don't even ask. I'm just like, hey, donations are there, but they're never, they're never necessary. They're appreciated, but they're never like it's a guarantee to listen to your song. No, if I see it, I'll react to it like 100%.
Mhm.
And they just boom, 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 boom. Like, dude, the last stream that I had streamed, I made $50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, just randomly $50. I'm like,
On Twitch or YouTube?
Twitch,
Oh, wow.
just from somebody seeing my Cash App and my PayPal and just sending it. I was just like, oh, thank you. Like, thank you, dude. I had the first time I ever got a donation, I had a healthy man cry off camera. Healthy man cry off camera, dude. I'm an emotional fucking dude, man.
When I got my first donation, I also, I think it was only like $5, and I was just like happy. I'm like, I made $5 because I listened to a song. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I'm happy. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, dude, that happens, man. Like I said, it's such a good feeling knowing that people really enjoy what you do because that's all you want. Like I don't, and I've said it many times on many videos, I don't fucking care if I make a cent from YouTube, man. Like I know that it takes a lot of obstacles and I guess like a special person to really know what they're doing to really make it as like a gigantic YouTuber and like to really like make it their full-time gig. So I've always kept in my mind, stay humble. I don't ever expect any of that shit. But when it happens, man, like it almost is so reassuring. Like it's like any doubt I had, like now I'm just like, all right, bet,
Yeah.
But oh shit, excuse me. Woo. But I'm really stoked on how things are going. Like I'm really stoked to be collabing more. I'm really stoked to see everybody else growing. Like there's I don't know if you've heard of Disco Doc.
Yes, I've heard of Disco Doc.
Oh my god, man. Like that dude is one of the like most unique individuals. And he's actually somebody else. Fuck, I just leaked. All right, whatever. I leaked that. He's somebody else I'm trying to get on here too.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
trying to get him on here too, but at the same time, I'm like, how do you do that when he has like an alternate persona? And I don't know if he's trying to like, out himself there. So I'm like, how
Yeah.
do you do something like that? Like, do you just talk to like the keyboard persona or like it's weird?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if he's set up for something like that. It would probably just depend on him. My camera's gonna do that every half an hour, by the way.
It's all good, man. What kind of camera you use?
It's a EOS Rebel T5i.
That sounds like some computer mechanics I know nothing about.
It's a $650 DSLR with a really garbage lens.
Oh, so it's the lens that's like fucking it up and everything, dude.
Mhm.
DSLRs are the greatest, but they're so hard to like connect to your computer unless you have a PC. Because,
Oh,
dude,
God,
I tried doing that. I tried doing that with my Canon with my fucking laptop, dude. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake, and I'm like, all right, so I bought this camera for nothing because I'm
Yeah.
like, like I cuz like I do acting and stuff like outside of YouTube. I'm a very, I guess, artistically adventurous dude. Like I'm a tattoo artist outside of YouTube. I'm, like a bunch of different things. So I bought the camera and I'm like, dude, yeah, this isn't working because like it would pick up, but because my computer was such ass, like it wouldn't handle it, so it would just be glitchy, zooming in and out. But yeah, I originally had like a $50, I think it was like a Nexigo or something like that,
Mhm.
and then I picked up this Logitech, and it's just like it's almost as good as a DSLR, and it's like I only paid I think $200 or something like that.
Is it the C920? You know.
C920 something. That's all I
Oh,
know,
okay.
and
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
Pro or something like
I
that.
got the older version of that next to that, but
Okay.
it's not. I don't know. I think I beat it up too much, so it's not super great. I was
Do
using
you
my phone for a little bit as well, but that wasn't going great either. And I have this $650 camera. I'm like, I want to use that thing. I just
Yeah.
wish I had a better lens for it, but
Okay, so what do you use, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what do you record with, OBS or StreamYards? Or not StreamYard,
OBS.
Streamlabs. OBS?
Yeah.
Do you have like filters and stuff that you use, like for like color correction and everything? And do you configure your camera?
Um, my camera's now configured.
Okay.
But no, I'm not gonna lie. Since I started the channel. I didn't expect to blow up like this. As soon as I started gaining momentum, I knew I had to keep the momentum going. So I just started uploading and just going. And I am like, all the back end stuff, I'm trying to catch up as we go along now.
Dude, I'm telling you, that was like another thing about the whole like jump. Like you're happy about it, but the pressure is scary because you feel like you need to do this shit. You
Yeah.
need to fucking just pump shit out constantly, constantly, constantly. And I think where my mental nosedive came from was burnout. Like I got
Yeah.
so burnt out. Like I was uploading like 4 to 5 videos a day for a while, dude, and they were all Ren.
That's currently what
And
I'm doing. Except not all Ren, but yeah.
yeah, like it was all Ren for a while because I was just hooked on them, and I was hooked on just I was living off of how much I was able to interact with people and like how
Yeah.
much that they were enjoying the joy I was giving them naturally. And I feel like at some point I kind of lost myself for a little bit because it was all I was thinking about, was like
Yeah.
I got to get on it. I get like moment I get home at fucking 6 in the morning, I'm jumping right into the thing, sitting here for 4 hours while I record shit, an additional 2 hours to edit all that shit just to upload all of it to do it all the next day. And that got really daunting after a while. And then I think I forgot how to react to other things. I feel like, so I went back to like Sleep Token here and there. And if I don't know if you listen to Sleep Token, but if you haven't, take that album dive, bro. I swear to God, like I swear to God,
Okay.
if you're like, what genres do you typically fall like see yourself falling into, if there's any
Oh
specific?
man, this is perfect because I've been meaning to make like a video about what my musical history and background is.
Let's go.
Here's some crazy shit.
Let's go.
Uh, I didn't listen to music until I was like 15.
What?
Yeah. And then my parents, my dad, he got me a Creed album,
Oh fuck yeah, dude,
uh,
Creed.
the Who, and
Okay.
the greatest hits of Queen, disc one and two. Um,
That's a
so
magical mashup. Okay.
yeah, so though I listened to those three albums basically forever, and then I started listening to like more harder rock and kind of metal stuff in high
Fuck
school
yeah.
because I just wanted to be cool.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Fuck no.
and and then somewhere in my mid 20s I started listening to rap, and then I just like fell into the rap hip hop world and just fell down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
And so Ren being kind of like a newer rap artist to the scene, I wouldn't even really classify him in a genre really. um
Bardcore.
yeah, there you go. But as far as like rap goes, that's why I had never heard of him or anything, because he's just a newer face to the scene in
Yeah.
from what I had seen. But yeah, I tons of like Eminem. I listen to JID all the time. Jid. I can't. I'm so bad with remembering names of anything,
It's all
literally.
good, man.
But yeah, mostly like a rap hip hop background for sure.
Okay. All right. So I fall in everything. Like
Mhm.
my musical taste falls all the way back to like the 1950s. Like I'm so serious. Like my musical taste goes all the way back there, all the way to the forward. I think the only thing I don't listen to is K-pop.
Mm.
I think that's like the only thing I don't really listen to. Although I have reacted to like Japanese bands, you know, just because I'm a huge like anime nerd and all that shit. So I'm like, I couldn't imagine not listening to music until I'm 15. Is there like a reason? Was it like a strictness with parents, or you just weren't interested, or?
I didn't understand. I
Oh,
had never listened to music, so I just didn't know that it was a thing that I could care about.
really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. You don't
I had a
really.
weird childhood.
Hey, man, I feel like we all got our own like unique upbringings in our own way for sure.
Yeah.
But that's so interesting because I have heard of people that just don't like music, which is like okay, flex, but you know, awe striking to me. But I haven't heard of somebody that didn't listen to music until they were like 15. Then they're like, all right, this isn't that bad. I kind of fuck with it. Like, it's so peculiar, but I'm glad you do 100%. I'm glad that, you know, you're really, you found your groove and everything. But, like, is there any particular like rock artists that stand out to you?
Rock art. Well, actually, Shinedown. I love Shinedown, and
Yes.
one of their it's 45 is like
Oh,
that's like one of my favorite songs ever. I love that song. It's so magical. Um,
man.
hmm,
I am so glad that you're a reactor now because you're about to open up a Pandora's box of things you did not know you needed. Like,
yeah.
I think after this like concludes, after this episode concludes and everything, I swear to God, you're gonna get a message from me that has a million bands that in songs that you need to check out like immediately. And if you put
Nice.
this person's, if you put like in the like your title first time hearing like Shinedown, fucking Disturbed, shit like that,
Mhm.
you're not only is you, especially if it's a song that is super prolific that you legitimately have never heard in your life. I'm hoping you. I'm letting you know this now. By the end of next week, you're gonna have at least 20,000 subscribers above me. I swear
Yeah.
to God. I swear to God. So you are in a very unique spot right now. Like you are in a very unique spot. Not a lot of people are in. You have the potential to be a massive reactor, and I'm telling you that right now, just by the. And I don't mean this in a really mean way, but your lack there of certain bands. And that's honestly a beautiful thing in your arsenal right now, dude. Like I'm
Yeah.
almost borderline stoked for you. Like I'm almost borderline stoked because I'm about to corrupt your fucking brain. I'm about to corrupt your fucking brain and I'm not even sorry, dude. Like Sleep Token. If you are an emotional dude and you like really allow things to like I guess take over you per se, like have you heard a song that has made you just cry because it was just so fucking beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh, buckle
Freckled
up, son.
Angels.
Buckle up, son.
Yeah.
Buckle up, son. Sleep Token is a band from the UK that are. It's hard to classify their genre because they are fucking metal as hell. But have you heard of the artist Hoser? Like, have you heard the song "Take Me to Church"?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Take me. Imagine him doing metal and like baby making music, and like it's. I'm almost borderline tempted to like pull up a Sleep Token song right now while we're recording just so they can see a live reaction to it too for you. But like, dude, I swear to you on everything that I fucking love, dude, you are going to love Sleep Token and you're not going to look back because there's some songs that actually weirdly have fucking bars. And it's this band is also from the UK. Um, but nobody knows any of their identities. Like they all wear masks. Like their lead singer's name is
Oh.
Vessel. His name is Vessel, and they made 3 albums based on one true story, which was I think like a breakup between Vessel and one of his ex-girlfriends that was just ugly. And each album was a step in like how like all right, so the first album it just happened and he's in fucking denial. Second album is like basically what's happening after the fact. The third album is basically his acceptance and his process of like moving on. And oh, getting goosebumps just talking about it, dude. Like
Over
I
what
didn't
period of time was that?
between 20 I think the first album itself dropped in 2019. 2021 was the second album. Take Me Back to Eden, which I swear to God, again, goosebumps, holy shit. Take Me Back to Eden is like the Mona Lisa of albums. Like it is literally the greatest album of any genre that I've ever heard in all time. Like even I can't believe I fucking say this right now on record. Even above anything that Shinedown has put out to me. And Shinedown
Oh,
is my favorite
wow.
band of all time. Like, and I would die on that hill. Like, dude, like I'm like, if anybody said, "Oh, Brent Smith can't sing," like that's fighting words, 100%. Like, I like, you ever see that meme where that kid has to be like held back? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that kid is like me personified. Like, I like, dude, don't say that shit. Like, but Take Me Back to Eden is like from start to finish, like opening song to closing song, every second counts. And it is so fucking tragically beautiful, but it is like the perfect album. Like there's not one unenjoyable song. There's no slow moments. It hits every single emotion. Like there's one song that had me fucking laughing because I thought I was going crazy because it was just so fucking good. There was another song that wrecked me. Like I was just fucking tears everywhere. And then the final song just uplifted me. It just uplifted me. Like it was so happy, and just the chord progression of just how it sounds, and the fact that the whole song was like in 5 minutes, and he does this thing lyrically where he's like, run it back, and then as he's singing the outro of the song, you hear the beginning of the song and his background vocals singing the whole song, and right at the end it ends together. And I'm
Oh,
just like, dude,
wow.
that is fucking beautiful. Like the dude, his identity is out there, and it's not my secret to tell, but you can find like his older bands where he's not masked, and it's like, dude, he has one of those like prolific voice. He is one of, if not the greatest songwriters of all time, just because the dude knows how to connect his emotions to what is going down on the paper. Like it, and just the way, oh god, dude. Like Sleep Token is like the epitome of everything. Like there are two songs that I can think of right now that immediately I know for a fact that would be probably going onto your phone like immediately. Like immediately. Like it is, there's never a miss for Sleep Token, dude. And there's a song for every fucking feeling, and not all of them are heavy. And it's crazy, dude.
Gosh, I'm gonna
Um
have to check them out now. My God, that's
like
a lot of high praise.
dude, it oh, like so I once you if you go on this deep dive, and I'm like I feel like I'm almost like borderline making a sales pitch to have you just check out this fucking band because dude, once you finish it, if you do decide to do it, if you go back onto my channel and just go through, I've literally reacted to every fucking song, every album, and they're all in their own album playlist. So you could follow front to back with me. If you want to see how I thought about every single song, dude, I swear to God, every single one is animated. Animated as fuck. Like, dude, there's no chill on any single one of those reactions. There wasn't even one where I was like, this one was okay. No, they're all fucking good. And mind you, that is a catalog of like a million songs.
Do you watch reactions?
Of course the fuck I do.
Yeah, I
Hell
do.
yeah.
I feel like every time I finish a video, I go and immediately just start looking at other people's reactions to that, see how
Yeah.
they felt. Yeah.
Dude, yes, absolutely. Alex Hefner is one of them.
Hmm.
To shout out my boy Drew Fortune, he's another one. Metalburb, Orion. I can go off on the big reactors, some smaller reactors. No, he's not even small. Tulip Mafia is fucking great. I don't know if you checked out Laid Back, but he's great. He's an actual rapper as well, but he also checks out like different rock music, rap music. He has his own catalog and stuff. He's a really really good dude. And then like smaller reactors like fucking they were the JK Bros at first, and then you have dudes like PBT, Chandler Burton, who's a dear fucking friend of mine, and I might actually be flying out to Utah for his wedding soon. Yeah, like small reactors, they're fucking incredible, man. So yeah, I watch literally everything. Tori reacts, FYM. There's like a bunch I can name off. The list goes on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I like immediately after I'm done with the song, especially if it like left me like speechless. I'm just like
Oh
in the
yeah.
chair for a second before I even edit shit. I'm just like, what did these people think about it?
Yeah.
Like immediately.
I mean, that's exactly what happened when I did High Ren, because I was like, I don't even know how I was supposed to feel during that. And then I went and saw everybody else's, and I found exactly what people are looking for, because I did watch a couple of people that just kind of sat there stone faced and just watched the video and went, cool. And I'm like, oh, nice. All right.
Those are
And
fun.
yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to get into this actually, is
Let's go.
because when I was sick and I was like in bed all the time, all I could really do was just like watch videos on my phone and stuff. And so I ended up watching reactions to like my favorite movies, my favorite songs and stuff, which was mostly a lot of NF at the time.
Yeah, my
Um,
brother's a huge NF fan.
yeah, yeah, and NF has a lot of emotionally charged songs. So when you go and you watch a reactor, you want to see them express those emotions like the way that you felt the first time,
Oh,
like you were
absolutely.
saying. And it kind of hurts when you watch somebody just sit there blank faced through a really powerful emotional song, and you're like, okay. Or even sometimes I feel like it's a little disrespectful for like to break down the bars of like he has a super emotionally impactful one that's about his mom,
Yeah.
and it's I don't know if you've heard it. It's How Could You Leave Us?
No. No.
uh
I haven't heard anything by NF, but hype it up because that might be another rabbit hole.
well, if you want to get some stuff that you really want people to watch, I'd certainly watch all of your NF reactions,
Hell
that's
yeah,
for
let's
sure.
go. All right,
um
bet.
but How Could You Leave Us is a story about his mom who's no longer with us.
Okay.
And so it's a very slow paced, very emotionally damaging song.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I've like watched people like try to break it down, and I'm like, this really ain't the place for that, I don't think. But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me. I mean, people can explain things all they want, I guess. But for stuff like that, I prefer to see more people like emotionally connect. And I want that emotional connection as well.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit because I could honestly go on about some of the comments I read on like some other people's videos, mine particularly because, obviously I'm insecure as fuck and I always criticize the shit out of myself. So I read everything even if I don't reply to everything.
Mm.
Um like for example, I obviously received a lot of praise for the Tale of Jenny and Screech trilogy that I put out. But I also received a lot of scrutiny. Like
Oh,
there was a
really?
lot of there was like, dude,
I actually watched your reaction to that. I
I
enjoyed it.
got I got really rimmed from a few people. They were like, "Oh, this is fake as fuck." He's acting for the camera. I'm like, dude, how am I supposed to react to something that sounds like the only time I ever hear it is from Skyrim? It's emotionally draining me right now because like the story, I'm a huge TV and movie dude. Like again, like I do acting shit outside of here. I'm a huge like Walking Dead fan. I'm a huge Last of Us fan. I'm a huge video game fan. X, Y, and Z. The list goes on. Like everything that you're into, I'm odds are really into. Um, but like how am I supposed to like not connect with this and go genuinely on how I'm feeling about it? And there's just people that are really like critical on how they want you to react and
Yeah.
like how they think you should be reacting. I'm like, dude, this is why I'm doing it. Like this is everything that you're getting is how it would be if the camera wasn't going. Like whenever I'm reacting to anything, I forget the camera's even there half the time now. Like
Mm.
I am very expressionate. Like if I'm sitting home alone and something happens on TV and it's a big moment, I'm gonna be like, oh shit. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
just sit there like stagnant the whole time. Like where's the fun in that? Like you would want to see people get excited. But yeah, breaking down there's certain reactors that break down certain parts where it's like naturally as a person you should know that it's not the time for it. Like there's some
Mhm.
people that will go off. Like they'll go off, man, and it could be like a really sad song that, again, emotionally drives both of us. Like I've definitely cried in front of the camera multiple times. But there are people out there that are just crazy about like how they think you should feel or how people should react to things. It just, yeah, I could go on and on about it, man. And yeah, that's like another thing that was also very like the pressure went up when it came to growing, I guess you could say, was like knowing that you're going to get a lot more interesting comments, very colorful comments. Have you been good in that area so far?
Um, for the most part, yeah. I mean, like 99.999% of all of the comments are positive, but you know, those negative ones always stick out, you know.
Oh my
When
God, yeah.
people go on the offense, it's always just going to stick in your head. So I know yeah, actually, did you see what happened to me in Love Music 4?
I have not yet.
Which I mean, I got screwy on that one too. But Love Music
Really?
4, I put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video
Yeah.
that this is why there's so many cuts in my videos. My processing,
Oh,
it's a
mine
little
is
slow.
horrible. Mine is horrible,
You
dude. I
speak
felt that.
very well. um,
It's the timing.
but yeah, but yeah, I put a disclaimer at the beginning of that video because before I started that reaction, before I sat down for the premiere of that song, I had read like a really nasty negative comment that just this person just like went at my throat and just like tried to tear down the fabric of my being.
Oh
Um,
my God.
and so I put a disclaimer that I was like, look, when I sat down, I had just read this comment and it just stuck there. And it was like really criticizing how I was reacting to one of the songs that I guess was their favorite or something. And
Yeah.
so when I put the disclaimer out, I said, "Hey, just so you know, like the reaction probably starts off normal, but as soon as the music started, that comment just was repeating in my brain, and I felt like the reaction was bad and I didn't know what to do. So I put out the video and said, hey, here's the video, but I just want you to know this person said a thing. It really affected my mental. And I feel like this reaction wasn't as good as it could have been. And most people were very receptive to that. But then, of course, people attacked me for that as well. Because I mean, you
Yeah.
can never please anybody. And then
No.
there's like the misunderstandings. Like people are like, don't be so soft. You got one negative comment. I'm like, no, I got plenty of negative comments.
It's just
This
that one
one just
bothered the fuck out of me.
yeah, that one got to me. It happens. It just is what it is. I'm a human being. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think it's important, especially for men in general, to
Hmm.
be more sensitive and to express emotion. I think that's important for other men to see because there's just this stigma around men and males being these strong people with no emotions, and that's how you end up with like super high, you know, rates of
Suicide rates. Yeah,
yes, there
dude,
we go.
I am not afraid to talk about that shit. If you want to talk about that whole angle, I am completely open. Like
Yeah.
I am such a huge mental health advocate. Like, and I say advocate because I am genuinely 100% with anybody that struggles with those thoughts because I still struggle with them on the daily. Like
Yeah.
it's the big and I've even said it in multiple videos. Like nobody ever prepares you for the fact that your brain is your biggest enemy and it will turn on you in any moment. One wrong thing, like you don't know how to process it. And like I'm glad that you brought up the stigma about men, having to kind of put on this, I guess you could say put on, about being this big, strong fucking dude. But dude, fuck that. Like I
Hmm.
apologize. I cannot speak without swearing. Like I really can't, and I
I
apologize.
I'm getting better at it, but I also swear like a sailor. I think it's
Dude,
part of being from here.
I'm gonna put it this way. I don't even censor myself when it comes to my kid. And here's the reason why. I get yelled at by my kid constantly because I'm doing the wrong thing. If they know it's wrong and they know to get critical on you, obviously no harm done. Kid's more
Hmm.
solid than I ever was. And my God, that is like my godsend. That's like the thing that keeps me going. But
Do you do you
what's
mind
up?
if I ask how old?
She's going to be 6. She's gonna be 6 in May. Yeah.
I mean, eventually she'll ask you for a phone, and then she'll have access to the internet, and her friends probably say worse things anyway.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not stoked at all. Like I'm really not stoked whatsoever. But no, like, I think it is very important specifically for men to again, quote unquote, soften up because man, mental health is such a detrimental part of your character.
Hmm.
Because if you've noticed, a lot of those manlier men have some of the biggest explosive issues known to man. And I think that's another reason why I struggle so much is because I was taught on that stigma of having to be, super masculine, all that shit. But I never believed in it, and I think that was another thing was acceptance of that. Um, because like no matter what, like I realistically do give a shit about what people think about me. I
Yeah.
like to say I don't, but low key, a part of everybody does.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm also trying to get better about it. I'm trying to be my most authentic self, and I try to really instill that with my audience. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk about the things that really affect you, like to, really empathize with you. During the whole Jenny and Screech thing, the high run reaction where I got those really critical comments, you could tell in like later videos that it really threw off what I was doing because at that point, along with the growth of my channel, the pressure was on. So it's like I'm trying to refine my groove when I was just comfortable 2 days ago.
Hmm.
And that resonated with me heavily when you mentioned, that comment just clicked right when the music started and now you don't know how to do it. And it's just
Yeah.
like now you feel like you just got thrown in the middle of the sea. You're fucking chicken with your head cut off. It just you're running around aimlessly in your head, but now you're just kind of, what do? Just sit there and just bob your head and smile every once in a while. And I feel like snapping out of that now. And dude, it really did take a toll on me, 100%. It really did. And it took a while to bounce back. I had to venture out back into, where I came from, reaction wise, and like where I came from my roots, go back to those genres again, find who I was there and apply it back to, my main audience, which is the Ren audience. And I love every single person that is subscribed to me. Love them like they're my fucking family. And it helped, going off, branching off into what I came from really did get that chip on my shoulder again. It really got me to kind of get back to a mental state where I knew I could be myself again. And dude, like if you had the chance to see the Love Music Part 4 reaction, I'm best as I could be again. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I'm mentally there. I'm mentally structuring myself a little bit more. Like I'm really giving myself time now. Like I'm not pumping out a million videos a day. If I feel like I want to do a video, I do it. If I don't, that's okay. They're still going to be there. And I think that was one of my biggest mental worries as well, is like if I stop uploading as much as I did, will people start unsubscribing or will people just not care when a video comes out? So I try to post on the community page more, try to interact with people, try to let them know what's on my mind for the day, let them know to have a good day. And, I feel like that helps to reinvigorate keeping me here permanently and letting my mental be like, dude, let's get it.
Hmm.
And I think that's helped a lot. And I feel like your community is the biggest tool you can definitely utilize, especially in terms of your mental health, because man, even if you're just having a bad day and you don't necessarily want to do a reaction per se, and you don't want to put in the work of the editing because mentally you're just kind of not burnt out, but you're not there. Um, put your Twitch link in your community. Be like, hey, I'm got a few things on my mind today. If you want to come, hang out and everything. I'm telling you, man, at least 5 people do, and those
Hmm.
5 people, they really fucking they can get your heart rate back up. They can get your mental straight again because man, like I've had those days where I've just randomly went on Twitch just because I had a couple things on my mind and I was just trying to let off steam per se. And dude, like I've had a lot of my regulars who I love. I could even mention them by name right now. That pop into my Twitch constantly just to hang out and just see what the fuck I'm up to, and they stay for fucking ever, dude. Like, even if I don't hear somebody I don't see somebody in the chat, randomly they'll chat. I'm like, damn, they're still fucking here. It's been like an hour and a half. Like, damn, okay, And I feel like that's a big thing, for mental health in terms of engaging and kind of getting that shit back.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of why I put that disclaimer in anyway, is because I knew that the large majority of my audience and um nice camera. I knew that the large majority of my audience and that the Ren community specifically would be, they would have my back and that they would lift me up. So I actually, because I was in such a weird mental place with that video, I actually ended up, when my roommate got home, I was like, yo, can you just watch this? Because I don't know what I'm thinking anymore. Like feelings just, I don't know. They're everywhere, and I don't even know if this is good anymore. And he was like, okay. So he watched it. He sat down, he watched the entire thing. And he was like, I don't understand why you would have to change anything. I thought that was great. And I was like, okay. He's like, I don't even think you really needed the disclaimer if you didn't want. And I was like, well, I don't feel like editing anymore. So I just threw it up. But he even said, he was like, look at the people that comment on your videos anyway. I mean, they're all going to be there to support you. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And so I put that out, and I knew that being honest in the beginning of that video, that people would, support me. And as soon as the comments started coming in, they were all super supportive and kind and loving. And I went to bed with a smile on my face because of it. So
Hey,
you're
man.
right. Leaning on the community is very helpful.
It really is. And like again, like props to you mentioning your roommate. Like having just even physical support from somebody that you know and that you trust their opinion, is so crucial because realistically, like my other half is my best friend. My kid is my biggest fan. I've gotten videos of her just randomly sitting in her bed just watching my reactions. Like it just
Oh, that is
I'm like, dude, that
adorable.
is fucking awesome. Like that is the most heartwarming thing. You'd want your kid to be your biggest fan, but like my other half is like my best friend, man. So if I'm not feeling right about something, or if I'm like, hey, do you think this is good enough? Even if it's like an art piece, if it's like a drawing I did, or if it's something I did editing wise for like a new thing that I'm trying for my reactions, she's the first person I go to because it's like I trust you with everything, and
Mhm.
I trust you to give me your honest opinion without, being biased. And, she's been straight up a rock, my dude. Like having anybody there for a physical support system to really immediately be like, hey, before I put this out, can you check it out without having to do the extra steps is so crucial, man. It really is.
Yeah, that's actually kind of another reason that I started doing this, is that I just don't really have that many people in my life in general. It's pretty
I
much
felt that.
him. I got my sister, and then I kind of have a loose relationship with my parents. But I can talk to them about some things. Um, but that's pretty much it.
Hey man, like I said,
So
I do these things to hopefully connect with people. So like
yeah.
man, if at any point, you need to talk to somebody, if any point you want to just, hey, I want to do a reaction today, but like mentally I feel like I could use some oomph. I'll hop in 100%. Like we'll find a way to do one together. 100, man. Like that was another reason as to why I started YouTube in general, was to just connect to people. 100.
Mm.
So, now that we're doing this, I'm down for any kind of collab, whether if it's on here, if you're only an hour down the road, like that, realistically, man, like the door's open 100%. And like I live in Holyoke, which you're familiar with, and I'm not far from anything. Like I'm in a really like secure, nicer area of the city, and I have a balcony, 2 bedrooms, like all that shit. If you didn't feel like driving back, like I'm in our spare guest room where like everything's set up. Like there's a second bathroom here and everything. Like
Dang,
again,
that's crazy.
that's what I'm
Eh,
saying, man. Like I said, and I like also mentioned, like there's content creators out there, Bourbon Orion, that chill constantly and constantly pump out mad collaborative shit, and I'm like, time to switch it up with the East Coast. Time
Hell
to switch it
yeah.
up, give them another duo. So that's why I was really, really, really excited to do this, because I'm like, now that I found out that you're literally in the area, I'm like, this is gonna get really interesting now, and I feel like when people see this episode when it airs, and it's gonna be coming out either fastest at some point tomorrow, latest Monday morning. So like it's gonna be out soon, and nobody knows who the fuck it is. But
Oh, I
after
know. I'm so excited to
nobody knows,
post and share it and everything.
dude. I'm really stoked on it. Like I've done a lot of collabs. Like I've done, like I said, I've been doing this for like about 3 years, kind of like on and off until like maybe midway from last year. Like I've been really like here. I've been really present. And this one was probably the one I was excited about the most, because with both of our communities ever growing at a very fast rate, I'm like, it kind of just fell in our laps. So I'm just like, and then seeing our names constantly together, I'm like, all right, before this is not able to happen, let's do it. Like
I
100%. And then Yeah,
I
and then I
have
found out you were
no
close.
idea how people found both me and you and then connected us together. Like how were people watching our videos and going, "Dang, these two would get along great." How did they
So
see that?
one of the comments that I actually read, and I can actually kind of pinpoint it by memory and detail because I was actually like super hyped about it. They're like, "Oh, I would love to see AmoBytes and the Lone Ranger sit down and talk together because they just these guys just want to spread the positivity or something like that." I'm like, that right there. I'm like, yes. So I'm like, all right. So after I saw it like the fourth, fifth, sixth time, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna message you now. I'm like, I'm not gonna pull back. And then I found your Instagram because your Twitter was on or something, like your Twitter, or your TikTok, or something like that was on your profile, but I didn't see an Instagram. So I was like, fuck, I don't have a Twitter. So I'm like, fuck. So I went on Instagram and I just typed in your name, lo and behold, boom, and I was like, Nick, boom, all right, bet. So here we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Took
Yeah.
no time.
After my first few videos, when I started getting a ton of DMs on Instagram, I kind of stopped advertising my Instagram for a little bit because I got a little overwhelmed by everything.
Yeah, man.
Especially because, you know, people can be a little weird sometimes. So
Oh, I've dealt 100%.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, especially when
had,
you can grow a beard. I can't. I
I
can't.
actually, I actually shaved to do this. My beard was like down to here.
Oh, really? Really?
I
Yeah, like I said, man, it's nothing serious. So I love like networking with people because I'm so introverted physically to where this is like my only like means of real communication with humans. So I'm just like I don't blame you, but man, it's
yeah.
nothing formal.
I mean, it was kind of the same for me. I've always been introverted my entire life, but then I got sick, and then COVID happened, and so I was just isolated on top of everything. So yeah, I just have had like no connections for years.
This is definitely quite the way to wean yourself into, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna throw myself on the internet and have millions of people stare at me.
The
Which
most
that's another thing. The impressions on my videos, I've had 1.5 million people see my face. Like not that many people have clicked on my videos,
but has seen
but
your face.
yeah, they've seen my face in thumbnails, and I'm like, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, man. Now you've mentioned it a couple times, so now I'm kind of curious if you don't mind elaborating. You said you were sick. Like, was it like a harsh thing? Like almost like not really like Ren related, but kind of Ren related, to where it put you out for a while.
So this is how this I don't know how all of this connected this well
Yeah.
this way, but yeah, I had a very similar experience to Ren, where I randomly, so the story is that randomly I got a blood clot one day, um
Oh.
and i was I was working at a large casino,
Okay. Okay.
and
I got you.
eh, but yeah, that took me out for 2 weeks, and I was like, I was talking
Damn.
to the doctor, I'm like, how'd that happen? Because I'm like unloading shipments at the docks and stuff all day every day, like you get blood clots from sitting down in a chair all day and not doing anything. And
Yeah.
he was like, well, do you sit down a lot? I'm like, no, I just told you, I'm like in the docks working my ass off 8 hours a day. And then you know at that time, I mean, the commute from there is like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It was 100-mile round trip, or no, it was 100 miles there, 100 miles back.
God
and
damn.
and and I was doing that every single day. um no, I'm crazy. It's 50 miles there, 50 miles back, 100-mile round trip.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I was doing that every single day. And
That's
he told me
nuts.
that the blood clot was from driving my car. I was like, Nah, man, I don't believe that, but whatever. It was what it is. We took care of it. I was out of work for like 2 weeks, but everything was good. And then I started like getting infections and stuff. And
Damn.
so, I went to the clinic and they just got me some antibiotics, and I was good. And then as soon as the antibiotics ran out, I started getting infections again. And
What the
so I went
hell?
back, and this like cycle continued until I think like a year. And I was like, all right, I don't know what's going on, and this doctor's not doing anything, so I'm going to go to the next doctor. Fast forward 5 doctors later, and
5. Oh my god.
and 4 years, and I was on antibiotics the entire time, and I had a thing called antibiotic induced liver damage.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Typically, if you have this happen, you can recover from it within a week or two.
Yeah.
However, most people don't continually damage their liver for 4 years. On top of all of that, because I was in such misery on a constant basis, it felt like I was being tortured 24/7. I
Damn,
was also
man.
drinking very heavily, and I was taking 600 milligrams of ibuprofen probably 2 times a day. Uh,
Damn,
so
man.
both of those were busting my liver as well.
Oh my
Um,
god.
so everything I was doing was just destroying my liver. And
So yeah, that'll take its toll. Wow,
yeah,
dude. Oh my
yeah.
god, man. Are you good now? Are you still like recovering or
Um, I don't really know. So I don't have health insurance. So over the course of the 5 years,
same?
on top of all of this, I've paid everything out of pocket.
Oh my
Um,
god, man.
and between like all of the products, medications, etc., it's like $28,000 so
Oh,
far. I got to get a blood test done and then more scans done, but I'm trying to get insurance before I go get the scans and stuff, even though I really should just be going to the doctors, but I can't afford it. I can't afford it anymore. And like my PC's breaking down, my dishwasher's breaking down,
oh
like I'm
my
just like losing
god.
everything. So and there aren't too many things in terms of work where I live, so
Yeah.
that's why I was just like, and not only that, but all the jobs that I do get, like, I don't know, all the businesses around my area just seem to be closing down constantly. So every job that I've worked for in the last 7 years or so no longer exists. Uh, they've all been driven out by like major corporations and everything. So that's kind of why I started. This was a part of the reason I started doing this. I was like, I don't know how else to make money anymore, and I'm just sitting here dying and losing. So I
Dude,
guess I'll just make some videos for the internet and hopefully people will send me $10.
my god. That is some warrior level type shit. So kudos to still being on top right now, man. Like even if it feels like you're losing, the fact that you're still kicking 100%, that is some warrior level shit, man. Like so, one, I want to thank you for sharing that. 100,000%. Thank you, because that really not only gives like me an idea of like what you've been through, but it also helps to talk about it. And now I swear to God, I hope you become one of the Goliath reactors. Like I swear to God, like I
You want
hope
to
you
hear some
win.
crazy stuff?
Sure.
So here's how I relate to Ren even more. I've actually never talked about this on my channel or anything online. Um, you've seen Murderer, right?
Of course.
You see
That
how
shit's on loop.
fake it is?
Bro, if you've seen my reaction, I was like, for somebody who's fucking sick, he is fucking jacked, bro.
Yeah.
My God.
So I kind of got to the same point where I could not control anything with my health so much that I was like, fuck it, I'm taking control of whatever I can. And I'm just going to start working out. I'm going to start eating more healthy and I'm going
Yeah.
to try and be better. So, by the way, I just found out about the liver thing 3 months ago. So 4 months ago, I had no idea what was wrong with me. So, and I, because when your liver gets damaged, you become super weak. You have like insane fatigue. I also,
Yeah.
uh, I didn't know this, but liver controls acne. So I was coated in acne all over my body from head to
Jesus.
toe. I started developing lesions. I've got a lot of like sores in my hair. It's fantastic. I love it. Love combing my hair. Um,
Jeez, man.
but I actually, between getting sick and COVID and everything, I gained a ton of weight and I ended up being 201 pounds. And as I started taking control of my health, I had lost 16 pounds and the doctor told me that it was my liver. And we kind of discussed it, and we came up with like a diet plan so that way I'm not damaging my liver any further with like food and toxins, whatever.
Yeah.
And within 2 months, I lost another 45 pounds. And I've just, and I just got approved for exercise like 2 weeks ago.
Oh
And
my
as soon
God.
as she approved me for exercise, I instantly just got my running shoes on and ran 2 miles. That was a little too much for my body. I ended up going home and vomiting 6 times, but uh,
Jesus.
I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to just not be stuck in bed anymore,
Yeah. Dude, wow. I hope one day at some point, like, that you get that sit down with Ren. I hope you really do get that sit down, because I think that would probably be one of the most compelling sit downs I've ever watched. Like, just even hearing this from you, I feel like I'm talking to a legend. Like, I feel like I'm talking to a legend, man, because that is a lot of shit. Like around 2020, I feel like this was like at my worst I was mentally. And I was probably at my most heaviest in my life. Like, I was at a straight like 250, 255. Believe it or not.
No way.
Bro, hold up. Believe it or not. And I have a before and after, and this took a lot to post, but I did. I have a before and after. Like,
I
to
do
like
too,
work.
actually.
I have a before and after, and I posted it on Instagram. I don't think I ever posted it on YouTube. Thank God. Um, but I I got mentally better through like trying to do what I was doing. My phone screen is busted, so I apologize if this looks
Okay,
butchered,
good.
but you're gonna see this, dude. Like,
Wow, no way.
yeah, dude. This
Good
was
for you, though.
yeah, dude. I can relate in that area, but I can commend you hellaciously for taking the effort immediately just from hearing that, okay, I can exercise, and just literally ran with it.
I
Like,
also
that is warrior shit.
I also quit drinking and quit smoking.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy shit, dude. I wish I could quit smoking, but
I
I
literally
have
was
an
just
issue.
like, okay, healthy,
Yeah,
done.
man.
We're quitting everything. We're just doing everything. And now, I eat like 99% lean chicken, some eggs, oatmeal, and just whatever clean veggies and fruit come from the earth. That's my
Dude,
diet.
I gotta say, one, congratulations on sobriety. 100%. Like, congratulations on that. 100, man. Like, I commend anybody that can. Like, even just for like the sake of their health. Like, a lot of people don't get to that point.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. I mean, like, not to say that you were hooked or anything, but to say like, all right, I'm quitting everything toxic, and to do it is, and on willpower, mind you, is incredible. Like,
Mm.
that is immaculate. Um, I My biggest thing is like putting down cigs. Like, that is like my biggest thing. Like, I'm like in between at all points. But for, I think like the longest time I ever quit for, I think was like 6 months, and I've been going for a while. And I noticed that when I went on that weight loss journey, that it occurred to me that slowing down during that weight loss journey was enough to actually kick it for a while. And then obviously life happens, and so definitely big congratulations to you.
Yeah,
Big congratulations.
I've also quit smoking like 3 times before. The longest one was like 9 months. But yeah, I did cigarettes for 15 years. I'm never gonna do it again now. But
Yeah,
yeah, I trust me. I get it. I get how hard it is. Nicotine
it's
is a
so hard.
nightmare.
It really is. As I'm like, vaping currently. I'm like, yeah, it's a nightmare.
I actually got some of these no nicotine vapes. This one's empty. That's the last one that I had.
Oh,
I
wait, is that a BC? Is that a BC 5000?
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
same here,
BC
bro.
5000 with
Same
0%
here.
nicotine.
Yeah, my brother actually picked that up for a little while too. Just zero nick, just for the fucking oral fixation of
Yeah,
just.
exactly.
I feel like a lot of it's boredom too, and that if that's the case, dude, I am a bored son of a bitch, even though I'm busy as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so Yeah, dude, it's nuts, man. But yeah, all of that is scarily like it's really scary how relatable that is to Ren. Like really, like I hope one day he notices that and like was like, dude, we need to have a chat. Like I would jump on that opportunity immediately. Like I would watch that. I would watch the fuck out of that sit down. Like,
Yeah, I mean, when people started telling me his story, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way, man. There's no way this dude like went through the same thing. Of course, it sounds like his was a million times worse. I can't imagine like being stuck in bed 23 hours a day for like 10 years or something like that. That's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I was very immobile, but I would still get up for a few hours every day, but like, man, I didn't even have energy to like play a video game or watch a movie. It was like I had to, I would get like 30 minutes into a movie and then I'd be like, well, I have to go lay down. I can't be up anymore. And just
damn.
fall asleep and just die in bed, I guess.
Yeah, dude, that is. I couldn't imagine 100% just because the way I like to see it is I'm a very social introvert. Is like I have to do something to connect to something or I will literally go insane. Like I
Yeah.
can't just sit there and just so I can only imagine how hard that was for both of you. So
Mm.
I do that like I said, top shelf warrior shit right there, man. Like that is some very insightful details that are very scarily similar. Like
Yeah.
I'm glad that you found him and I hope that you find comfort in a lot of like obviously songs and just even like some of his interviews are fun to watch, like seeing like the Big Push, like his band is a completely different version of like who he is and like even that stuff is incredible. Like I actually just saw your reaction to Zion and Shot the Sheriff, dude. Like that is some great shit. I hope that you keep going with it, and I hope that you get to the Paint It Black by Rolling Stones, dude, because that cover is incredible, and that's actually one that Ren doesn't sing. That's the I think it's the bassist or the yeah bassist, the bassist. I think his name's Jermaine or something like that.
Mm.
He's dude. That whole group is just absolutely insane. Like they're all just their own individual artists in their own right, and like they have their own solo music that I have to get into. I just watched a shit ton of Chinchilla stuff, and my god, she's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a couple. Well, I did chalk outlines with Ren
That was phenomenal.
and then I did Chinchilla's Fingers, and then I have seen How to Be Me. It's not up on the channel, and I don't know if it will be. Oh, here's something for you. You can help me out with.
Okay, bet. What's up?
What happens if you fuck up a video? Like you don't record audio. What do you do?
Oh, so if you don't like the audio of like the song itself,
No, my
oh, like
audio.
your audio. So was your mic not like on or like was it not plugged in or was it not set onto your mic or
Yeah, it was on the wrong microphone.
ah
Because I feel like the only thing I have to do is just go, I'm really sorry, everyone.
do you have audio from that other mic?
No, that
Oh
microphone,
fuck.
I don't even know what that microphone was.
Oh
It was set,
no.
the microphone was like set to my speakers.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Okay, so I would put a community post out and just tell them that that's not coming out, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think
If
I think
anything,
to make up for it, I was gonna do two other run reactions and just do that. Because I haven't done Animal Flow and Illest of Our
oh,
Time, which people have been begging me to do those.
oh,
So
both are fucking bangers. Do you like the Foo Fighters?
I love the Foo Fighters. In fact, I was gonna wear my Foo Fighters shirt today and I couldn't find it.
Do you want to do a Ren reaction real quick with me?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna I'll edit this part out. So guys, we are gonna have AmoBytes, Nick over here. He's gonna react to All My Life rap version by Ren, and it's a
Ooh.
one take. Oh god,
Oh
dude, it's
God.
so good. It's
Here
so
we
good. All
go.
right, so I'm gonna download the video because I don't think I actually do. I still have it. All right, guys. So during this podcast, you guys are going to see a live reaction for Nick to All My Life Foo Fighters rap by Ren. This is going to be a really, really fun one, man. I hope you enjoy it. And let me know if you hear the audio too. Did you hear it when it started?
I did, yep.
All right, awesome. So, guys, this is All My Life Foo Fighters rap. This is AmoBytes' first time. Let's get it.
Body bags and broken culture, play the game to feed the vultures. As they turn us on each other, honour them with golden sculptures. Fight their wars and feed their hunger, watch them burn and pillage plunder. What a marvel, what a wonder, living in this spell we're under. Fight for the right of another to sin. If you don't like it, too bad, cause hypocrisy wins. And you can vote for another, but the choices are slim. Oh, what a time to be alive, what a world we live in. Oh man, it's what it is. And what it's been. The Lord forgives. Yo. Boom, it's a better man, rap game, better run moves when I hit him with a baseball bat. Lord, you are relevant, I am an elephant, modeling on the attack. Come through like Cerberus, sending the elements from the New Testament, bringing it back. While you not threatening, sniffing, caterpillar in your back, paddling, I'm on track. Raw, bodies on the floor, line them up in chalk. When I talk, I'm a Salvador, flip like Pony Hawk on the board. Do you want some more? Grab a knife and fork, carnivore. It's a tug of war with a dinosaur. Burn it all. Oh my.
Yeah, dude.
It's what it is. And what it's been. The Lord forgives.
Hell yeah, dude. I hope you enjoyed that.
That way it's over?
Yeah, it's over, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. So what'd you think?
Dang, that was sick. I had no idea that he did that. I don't know if I got any suggestions for that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. And I reacted to that shit. I lost my fucking mind, bro. I lost my fucking mind.
I love that he just like goes in the middle of all those guys and starts fighting them.
Yeah, dude. He got jumped by the same dudes he was fucking with. It was, dude. And then having Dave Grohl's part still in it had me fucking
that was so
nuts.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it, man. Because like I marked the fuck out when I started that shit. I was like, oh my god. Like that made me like I was already like on the Ren train, but now I was the conductor. I was like, all right, we're going on a ride. Let's go. Yeah, man. I'm really, really glad that you were open to doing that because it was a fun one. It was a really, really fun one.
I love how much he appreciates music and other artists and everything. I mean, being able to incorporate some of my favorite bands into his music is, I mean, it just elevates it to another level.
Mm-hmm. I think that honestly was another reason why I was like, I need to do a deep dive because there is clearly a lot of musical influence there. And I forget that he doesn't even come from a rap background. He comes from a singing and playing guitar background. But the fact that he's doing this and at the level that he's doing it in completely different styles, including a long lost art, unless it's at like a Renaissance fair or some kind of like historical outlet that you can go visit or something, you don't hear bard music anymore. And on the level that he does, on the subjects that he does, and then incorporating modern time shit, the dude is literally a genius, man.
He really is. I mean, he's like a prodigy. Just and his lyrics and the way that he can write and just, I don't know, especially in High Ren, it was like a Shakespearean level thing. He's special.
He is absolutely incredible. I think that may have been one of the first reactions, like live reactions I've ever seen on a podcast.
Yeah.
I was just like, let's go in, man. Let's fucking go in and let's legitimately collab for the first time and on a Ren song. So honestly, I might clip this whole part of the podcast and make it a collab fucking video, and I'll send you the file if you want to upload it too.
Sure.
So I mean, man, it's oh god, I missed collabing so much. I gotta say, man, thank you for joining the episode and being so open and like receptive to the idea of coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I mean, I already told you, but when you did initially invite me, I was anxious because it's just another part of, again, I've only been doing this for 3 weeks and then I get invited onto a podcast. Ren plays my channel on his Twitch channel. It's crazy.
Hey, man, but you're in the middle of everything and on the road to what you wanted to accomplish, man. And,
Mm.
you know, I figured I'm a smaller reactor, man. Like realistically, I'm not huge. Like some big bands have seen my shit. Daniel Tompkins from fucking Tesseract, and you know he did a song with Haji's Kitchen. He commented on one of my videos and he loved my reaction to War of Being. And you know, like Brent Smith from Shinedown and Shinedown follow me on Instagram and they've liked my posts a couple times. You know, and luckily I get to see them live next month, so it's gonna be fucking awesome. I get to see them for the first time in 10 years, so. I'm really stoked to see the songs I got to miss all these years coming forward, and I'm probably gonna cry 3 times, maybe even more. Rage out, cry again, yeah. So like it's gonna be an exciting experience.
Yeah, hey, you gotta let it out. Don't hold it on in and become all violent and angry.
Dude, honestly, man, honestly. But before we close out the episode, dude, you got any other like content, like different kind of content that you're gonna be making soon?
I mean, I'm kind of looking into maybe doing movie reactions, so we might be going down that road.
Man, if you figure out that formula, please tell me, because I've wanted to do the same fucking thing for so long and I can't. But at the same time, I feel like I can't do movie reactions because I've seen everything. Like I love movies so much and I love television so much. Like all the mainstream shows I'm into, not even like the off mainstream shows I'm into. Like I love Orphan Black. I love Hannibal. Like I love Walking Dead. I love Last of Us. Like just some smaller titles and bigger titles like Being Human with Sam Witwer. Nobody fucking knows about it, but it's incredible. Like I would love to know that. So if you find out that formula and your shit doesn't get blocked, please tell me. Because I need to know.
That's gonna be the whole thing with that is I know the editing process and uploading is gonna be a nightmare. I don't know. I'm not promising anything, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's something that I do want to work on.
I got you. You have any plans on like gaming or anything?
Well, I want to start live streaming. I'm a little bit nervous about it, and then I also don't really. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what to do with the platforms. I have big opinions on these platforms. I'm not gonna lie.
Understandable, man. Like Twitch is a fucking nightmare, but it's like the closest thing I can get to like live streaming with little to no restrictions.
Yeah. Twitch, I've been an affiliate for a long time. I used to stream pretty consistently. There was one year I was just trying to make streaming a thing and I was streaming really regularly. I had a consistent schedule, but I never advertised myself. I was too afraid to put myself out there. That was something that also got deleted when like 3 months ago. I shoved myself in a deep, dark hole, kept myself there, and then as soon as I started getting healthy, I was like, I'm just going to completely change everything about myself. And that's when I was like, I'm just going to throw myself out there. I don't care. We'll figure it out.
Dude, great attitude to have. And like I said, man, the door is always open. Like I totally get the nerves and the live streams. Like, dude, coming on here, I was nervous as fuck. Like I was like my hands have still not calmed down. Like I'm still clammy, you know, like I 100% can get the nerves. So if you ever need a co-pilot on anything, just letting you know, the door is always open. I'm into seeing creators grow. I'm into seeing creators, thrive in what they do and really capture and own their craft. And, like I would love to help in any way. Like I've reached out to a lot of different creators. I have another person, pretty much, I think locked in for another episode of this. So like I'm excited for that too. He's another end reactor. So I'm stoked for that, and he's slowly starting to grow there too, and I'm really, really hyped for him, and he's going down some different endeavors as well. But yeah, dude, if you ever do some more gaming content and stuff, like even if like, what do you play? Do you play on PC or do you like have Xbox, PS?
Yeah, I actually haven't had a console in a long time now. I've just been pretty much exclusively PC. Yeah.
What you playing?
To be honest, not much. In my downtime, I play Forza.
Forza. Okay, so you're a racing dude.
Yeah, I'm really big into cars.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I mean, like right now I've just been like drifting or racing around in Forza to like blow off some steam, but I've played everything from like WoW. I was really into competitive games, but I feel like that is starting to die off for me. Like League of
Yeah.
Legends, Valorant, whatever World of War or whatever Blizzard makes. I don't all their games.
Dude, man, the only Blizzard anything that I play, and I've been like, I feel like I'm gonna use this term very loosely because I am in no means a professional gamer. But if anything made me a gamer, it was Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction back when it came out, and I was 6 years old, constantly grinding it, and I actually got into hell mode at 7 years old, and I knew everything about that damn game by the time I was seven, and so imagine my excitement when Diablo Resurrected got announced and how loud I screamed at that announcement trailer, dude. It was like when Skyrim got announced for me, dude. I lost my shit in the middle of a church.
Yeah.
In the middle of a church, I lost my shit because my brother was like, "Dude, Skyrim just got announced and it got a trailer and the day it's coming out." Dude, lost it. Like, I'm a huge nostalgia dude, so like I've played every single Diablo, like including 4. Like I'm still grinding 4. I just beat the main quest and then I kind of put it on the back burner. I beat the entire main quest of Hogwarts Legacy. Like yeah, man. So it's like
You
I'm
see,
kind of like all over.
this is why I want to do movies. I've never watched Harry Potter. I don't know anything about Harry Potter, and my roommate
Dude,
hates me for it. And he's like, "You
dude,
need to react to Harry Potter, dude."
dude, you have so much potential to be a massive reactor. Like, if you had like 100K subscribers, I'm letting you know this now, I would not approach you for a fucking podcast because not only would you probably not do it, but I would be nervous as fuck. Like, my buddy Drew Fortune, he's a really good dude. But I've asked him, like, he said he would be down to come on to something, but I'm scared to like reapproach the situation because he has over 100,000 subs. So I'm like,
Fuck it, just do it, man.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
I if you
Remember these nerves we were talking about? This
yeah
is what I'm experiencing right now.
yeah you know what it is. I was sick of fear controlling my life. I don't want to be
Yeah.
afraid to do things that I want to do, and you shouldn't either. If you want to do it, just go do it, man.
God, I love those words of encouragement. Thank you. Thank you. I needed the moral support. I always do, man.
I mean, the worst that happens is he says no.
Yeah, and dude, 100%. And like, it's like, I wouldn't even be hurt because it's like, dude, if you even said yes, it's a miracle because you not only live in Ireland, so matching up our schedules would be hellacious. Like, dude, if I had to wake up at 3 in the morning, I don't fucking care. I'll do it. Like, everything is on your time, man. Like, your time, like the duration of how long it goes, X, Y, and Z, bro. Like, it's all you. But if you were ever to join, thank you. If not, I'm not even stung. Like, I just know I still support you 100,000%, if not more, just because you answered. Like, I love the dude so much. My God, dude. Like, and that's another cool thing is you meet so many people from around the world doing this, man. Like, in seeing your analytics of like where your vast audience of this week has been from is nuts. Like Canada, Japan, New Zealand, all that shit. I'm like, dude, this is fucking insane.
Oh, you know what else was crazy was when I did share my health story, and in the context of Ren, people started sharing their health stories in my comments as well, and
Mm-hmm.
I could not believe that people are being screwed by their medical systems all over the world. It's literally
It's
not just
big.
like America or the UK for Ren; it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
And there were people from like Finland saying that their medical system is messing them up. There were people from Africa. I mean, everywhere, all over the world. I was like, what's happening? Why don't doctors care anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's just, I feel like a lot of it, and that's another thing. I'm not a political dude. I fucking despise politics just
Yeah.
because I know what it can do to people. But I will say if I do feel something, because I'm not gonna say I believe because people are gonna be like, oh, they'll start fucking talking. I feel like a lot of it has to do with the government and how money's being used, but that's fucking. I'll let Ren explain all that shit. I'll let him explain all of it, but yeah.
I mean, I know part of the American system, the problem is that hospitals are becoming corporate. They're
Yes.
getting privatized, and corporations are taking over. They're gutting out the staff, and they're cutting budgets because it's all about profit and money, not about the
Yep.
people. And it's like,
Yeah, man.
well, you're in a humanitarian business. I don't know.
Yeah, man. it's nuts how the world works. You know, it really is. And I think, again, that's why I do this, is because in the midst of all of that shit, everybody needs to get happy, man. Everybody needs to get a little up in their lives. And I feel like this is my way of kind of doing that and kind of giving back and kind of putting myself out there so other people feel comfortable enough to do that themselves. And again, like, you know, you mentioned, like I mentioned, you see it in the comments constantly. Even if it's just a small relation to something that you mentioned, they'll pour out their hearts. And honestly, I feel that, man. Like, I genuinely feel that, and I love to see it just because it's like, and then you see all these other people commenting their stories in response to them, and it's a beautiful thing. It really
Yeah.
is such a beautiful thing, and I love that aspect the most about doing that, is bringing people together 100%, because in a world full of division, you really need to be together 100.
Yeah, that's my main reasons for doing this were because I wanted to connect with people, and I wanted to have people see that men can be emotional and vulnerable and sensitive. And then I started. People are telling me that I'm helping them, and they had a bad day. They watched my video, and it made it better. That wasn't something I was really expecting, but now that we're here, that is a very large motivation now as well. As if I can make
Absolutely.
your day a little bit better, then okay. I mean, God knows they do it enough for me. So
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, there was one heavy one, and I actually I screenshotted the comment. I blurred out the person's like name and everything, and attached to that was a picture of me just bawling because of what
mm,
they had said to me. Like, it, I don't want this to be seen in a arrogant way or like any kind of negative light, but to hear how something as simple as your reaction video saving their life in a
mm,
really dark time and getting those comments, dude, that is the most moving thing for, I feel like, anybody's mental health, because that's not what you intended to do. And there's almost that, still that like almost feeling of disbelief there. But if that's the case, that's enough for me, man. Like, I don't need to get paid a single damn cent. I don't, like, yeah, I would love to reach a broader audience and, you know, really shine a light on mental health, especially men's mental health. You know, I want to, but even if I don't, just the people that are here already, you know, that's enough for me. You know, as long as I'm doing the right thing, as long as, you know, somebody's enjoying it in a really bad part of their life or bad part of their day, it's all that matters,
for sure.
you know?
Yeah.
It just, that, I think that is my biggest reason for doing it, is to kind of get people out of a dark space. And I think that realistically has always been the reason. And I think I'm kind of this is kind of dawning on me right now in real time, you know? And that's another reason why I'm really thankful that you're here on this podcast right now, because I think this is the most like in-depth conversation publicly that I've ever had so far with like a real person on the other side about mental health, and I'm really stoked on it. Like, I'm really stoked that we were kind of able to open the universe here a little bit, you know? Like, I'm really glad that
Yeah,
we were able to do this and use this as a platform to really give some encouragement to people that are struggling, you know? Because, you know, we do. We
yeah.
do on the daily, you know? Like, I've been very open about it on my channel. You've been very open about it on your channel. We're being very open about it right now. And like I said, you know, that's always something I've wanted to do, and I think that was the reason the whole time, was just to provide a safe place for people.
hmm Yeah, I mean, it's hard to look at the world the way it is and not want to provide some sort of more light and positivity for people, uh, so they're not just always looking at all the negatives.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm so fucking energized during a lot of these reactions, is because I know that when this gets suggested, like a certain song gets suggested to me, and I get hyped as fuck, and then right after the reaction, I'm just like, there is a lot of points in this particular reaction where I know it's gonna hit a couple people, and they're gonna be so hyped. They're gonna
Mhm.
be so hyped. They're like, yes, that's what I was looking for. I'm like, I'm so glad, because that was 100% there. Like, that was 100% just presently there, and I'm like, I'm stoked about it. Like, I'm always stoked to read the comments and just see how people are just enjoying themselves and really just happy to be there, you know? And that makes me happy. It really does.
That actually. Oh, have you seen any of Home Free stuff?
I have not.
Okay, well, I won't say it then.
Home
You
free.
should, you should react to Home Free, Man of Constant Sorrow. By the way, that community, they're called the Home Fries, and they are just as supportive as Ren.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Bet.
I feel, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like on my channel, I'm starting to blend those two audiences a little bit. I feel like they're starting to get a little bit crossed over, and that's
Good.
really cool to see too. So, hey, if you want to jump on that train as well, you can
Hell
maybe
yeah.
help blend them up a little bit as well.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll definitely jump up on that shit, man. But in return, you definitely got to jump in on Sleep Token, man.
I will do Sleep Token for you for sure.
Oh, man. I feel like it's only right that since we reacted to a Ren song, that we do one Sleep Token song.
Okay,
if you're
let's do
open to
it.
All right, fuck it.
Let's
Let's
do
do it. Part 2. Let's go. All right, so this is the apparition. And I, again, hope you really enjoy it. There's no, like, music video to it. It's just all audio. Yeah, so we're going to go in. So, guys, this is the apparition by Sleep Token, me and AmoBytes' first time. Let's get it.
Why are you never real? Whenever you appear, you leave me with that grace.
Also want to mention, this is like my favorite song off the album.
But I know that you will disappear just as I awake, a whisper in my ear. Well, I believe that somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear, and it remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, this scar will never fade.
Ooh,
Yeah, dude. It gets sicker than this shit, though.
all right, where's this going?
You never know.
Let's make trouble in the dream world. Hijack heaven with another memory go. I'll make the most of the turning tide. It's just split what's left of the burning silence. Don't wait, cause this could be the last time you turn up in the reveries of my mind. Or wake up to a suicide frenzy. Loaded dreams still leave me. I believe somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear, and it remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, this wound will never heal. Why are you
Those drums.
Yo, don't get me started on the drums.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Sleep
They're gonna be
Token.
a fun band.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I've cried. I've screamed. I've been angry that the song was over. There's like a song that's like 12 minutes. Like, dude, it's nuts. Like, it's. You would lose your fucking mind from the summoning. You would lose your fucking mind, bro. Like, your brain's gonna be soup. Like, it's gonna be soup. 100%, dude. Like, there has been a couple times where I had to like reel in after the reaction and just be like, what the fuck did I just listen to? Yeah, dude. Sleep Token's nuts.
What's the copyright like with them?
All right, so never expect to earn anything from Sleep Token.
Okay.
But you will never get blocked as long as you give like the credit to their record label, which is just, put in like what I do usually is I copy and paste like the fair use thing, the fair use act stuff, and then I'll be like this song and video belongs to, and I'll tag Sleep Token. If the record label, which for Take Me Back to Eden, it's Spine Farm Rec. So all you do is like at Spine Farm, and then it'll come up. Put that there, and then it'll be ineligible for monetization, but it'll still be public, and people will definitely be able to see it, and you'll definitely grow your audience because Sleep Token is one of the hottest bands right now, especially since they've only been together for 6 years and have released 3 albums, 2 fucking EPs, and a few legendary covers, including Outkast Hey Ya.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, I had no idea where that was going to go, but it is like hauntingly beautiful. I almost cried. I almost cried. I was like, how is this going to work? And it was beautiful. And it really outlined how dark the lyrics are comparatively to the happy sound that Outkast did. Like, it's nuts, bro. It's nuts.
Nice. Well, I mean, that's fine because obviously we know I don't care about monetization. Since I made like, I don't know what, 30 or $3 off of ads.
Yeah, man. Hey, dude, that ad revenue, it really does stack up too, because, come to think, your videos that are monetized are still being watched. So everybody that clicks on it, you still get paid for it over time. So that adds up, bro. And if you notice, with Ren videos specifically, it goes up by the thousands. Like, it's almost like guaranteed, because he is like the hottest free agent right now, is the way I'd like to see him. Is like, he is independent as it gets, and he welcomes reactors so they can, and it's specifically so they not only can they be seen, but they can get revenue as well.
Yeah,
I love that about him.
I know. I do love how much he supports the reaction community. Well, because they support him too. I actually kind of like saw the beginnings of High Ren and how that happened, because after I watched High Ren myself, I then went and watched a bunch of reactors, and I kind of saw that he really wasn't that big, and then all these reactors reacted to his song and they blew him up. So I guess he's only really kind of been a bigger artist for like the last 7 months or so.
Yeah, and I genuinely feel like he was deserving a long time ago, because the talent on the dude is like incredible. But so what'd you think about Sleep Token for your first rodeo?
That was a great song. That was fun. I mean, anything that can provide such a dynamic range in a singular song is so good, and it's perfect for reacting as well.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna let you in on something, because I noticed you mentioned the drums. You are going to fall in love with this drummer. His name is 2. So there's Vessel, 2, 3, and 4. 2 is their drummer, and then you have the bassist and other guitarist, and Vessel plays the piano. Believe it or not, that album, Take Me Back to Eden, their Mona Lisa album, is the most reserved playing he plays on any of their albums. So imagine if you thought that was nuts, buckle in, because 2 is like arguably the star minus Vessel, because Vessel, you're going to learn his range is incredible. But 2 makes me want to like just quit life, because I'm just like, there's no reason he should be this fucking talented. Like, easily, if his identity went out there, and even now, he is easily one of the greatest drummers of all time. Like, the dude used to be a deathcore drummer. Every single member of the band was from another band. Well known or not, I don't know. I don't think so. But they all brought musical creativity to the plate, and it really does show. And you're in for a treat because there is a lot of bangers. I almost played you the final track off Take Me Back to Eden because it is quite the atmosphere, but it always makes me cry, so I don't play it. You're going to love it. It's called Euclid, and if there's anything I can suggest to you, if you were going to go on this deep dive, start at their very first album, which is called Sundowning. And then after Sundowning, go to their second album, which is This Place Will Become Your Tomb. End it with Take Me Back to Eden. Those 3 albums are a start to finish to a very tragic love story, and it's considered a trilogy.
Okay.
The first song and the last song and everything in between comes full circle at the end, and I've seen reactors cry just because of they followed the entire journey, and literally Sleep Token considered the Take Me Back to Eden the final of the trilogy. So the next time, if they even make music again, they never announced that they were done making music because they're constantly touring right now, but they're done with this story. So the next thing is going to be very different. So take that with a grain of salt if you go on the deep dive, and run with it so you can really get that full effect if you're really interested, because the whole thing tells a story and every second counts. And there's not one unenjoyable song, dude. Like, if you're looking for range, that band has it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always down for like storied content as well.
So you would love Coheed and Cambria too.
I have heard some Coheed and Cambria. So,
yeah, they're great, man. I love Coheed. But before we close out, any last things that you want to say or you want to talk about?
I screwed up my How to Be Me reaction. Sorry about that. And I'll do more Ren. I'm going to be doing Sleep Token.
Fuck yes, I'm so excited. I'm going to watch every single one. Every single one.
And then I'll probably be watching your reactions after I do my reactions.
Hell yeah, dude. Like I said, I have the whole catalog. Let's go, man. I fucking appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I'll just be uploading every day forever.
All right, man. Well, Nick, thank you so much for joining the podcast and, like I said, having worlds collide. And I really hope that everybody enjoys this really fun, insightful, and just really depth-filled conversation, because it really does spark a message in the whole entire podcast, realistically. Mental health's important. Take care of yourself. Do things at your own pace, and just keep doing you, because the rest follows. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Really appreciate it. Like always, be safe, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.